to start things off. You couldn't ask for a crazier bracket. It's going to be great games all the way down. Get up and get loud, everybody. It's game day.
And here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the Spring Major. And Johnny, what a way for us to get it kicked off. Rule 1, KRÜ Esports. One of these teams is going to the lower bracket.
Yeah, we don't really get a lot of time to warm up to the occasion, do we? We're just getting straight away. A banger on screen for you guys. KRÜ, definitely an underrated team. I think Gibbs is spot on with that. They've got results. They're the #1 team in SAM. They've got the best player in SAM right now, in Drafinho, on their roster. And this is, I think, a great draw for them. I think a great draw for both teams, honestly. Because Rule 1 will love playing against KRÜ stylistically. Rule 1 are also in their first RLCS international match. Can KRÜ capitalize? Will Rule 1 be nervous for the occasion?
Rule 1 have, as the Des mentioned, had to claw their way into this particular spot. There's been so many occasions where they would start off a split incredibly well, they'd win that regional, and then it would go wrong during the Cup, during the Invitational. They would drop the spots to the Falcons. There were worries about that in this split as well, but they did manage to get through. Have they now broken that mental gap that they had when it comes to those big occasions? We are going to find out. Do we know anything about South American teams? They don't wait for you to get involved in the game. They are happy to take it to you.
Yeah, this is a KRÜ roster who have finished the last major with good results. Yes, they started poorly, but that finished with good results. Except, of course, that last match that they played. You know, they were on a good streak there, and I think they can take that momentum into the Spring Major. They've gained some experience there. Early on, it's Rule 1 who are really tempting KRÜ to overextend. They're looking to make those solo plays with the air dribbles. Fino, unable to get the ball there past Mawson. Mawson unable to get it past Brad, but KRÜ are not overextending here. This could be the first big chance for West off the backboard, easily defended by Drafinho.
Fantastic over Drafinho. Go off the backboard. That's actually a little bit awkward now. Rule 1 didn't want to overcommit to it. Just easing their way into this major. Don't forget Eva. Oh, wait a minute. Brad's actually now got options for him. In they go. And Mawson had to be very alert. They're in time, but there's the warning shot. Rule 1 needs to pick up the pace.
Yeah, that was Mawson saving both of the twins there. West missed his takeoff. It was Kaliers who misread the ball as well. I don't think he was ready for his twin brother to make that defensive whiff. Mawson was there to cover it for now, but still, Rule 1 looking a bit shaky. West with low boost. It's a decent 50-50 on it. Mawson intentionally keeping the ball in the back corner, but KRÜ are there. They're starting to swarm. Rule 1 need to do well with the boost management here, and that's well played by Kaliers. That'll buy them much needed time.
Oh, and then they go cross goal.
Whoa!
Not far off. Up to Brad to try and get rid of it. Takes his time, doesn't find the passing option. Such a scary style that Rule 1 like to play. Mentioned about the defense, but I'm sure co-owners in Civic and Sunless Khan back home wish that maybe they didn't spend as much time in their back third.
Oh!
As that was so close, and now Skipper side field drops off the side. He gave himself too much work to do, and we stay at 0-0.
Well, you know, if there's one thing Rule 1 do like to do, it's attack that near post early. You can look for their second man to be very quickly into position whenever the ball centers. The KRÜ will need to cover the center ball every time. Rule 1 do not sit back on it. They attack very, very quickly in those positions. Even though when they're in defense, they like to get behind the ball. So it's a bit of both. Very unique style. Defensive when the other team have the ball. Very, very aggressive when they've got it. Right now it's KRÜ on the ball. Drafinho almost able to get past Mawson. Mawson actually gets a very nice touch into the middle. Both teams doing well to keep the ball in the back corners.
But when you are a unique style, that really shines through when you're in the best of 5s.
Oh, wow.
Very little time to try and react to it. Plenty of time to react to that ball off the backboard, though. Kaliers gonna go by himself! Almost found the top corner! In comes Rawas, realized he couldn't take it earlier, otherwise he was gonna get countered. We have come so close, and we still don't have our first goal.
Oh, that was a brilliant effort by Kaliers. Definitely the best chance of the game so far. KRÜ were simply reeling from the pressure. And Kaliers with another outplay. I mean, this is what he's known for. He just gets the ball past his opponents, allowing Mawson or Rawas to come in behind him. Free opportunities, brilliant infield pass, well defended. What a save by Brad.
He pre-jumped it, and now we're off the backboard. Drops again, ready for it. We go to a 0-0 overtime. I will have no idea how we ever got there. Brad is everywhere.
And he's covering those infield passes. Like we mentioned, Rule 1 love to attack those quickly. Now Brad on the rotation back to defense, taking out Rule 1 players. They're such an improved defensive region, South America, but they're in trouble again. Drops to the goal line.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that this is 0-0. Right off the backboard, Kaliz will easily have it covered. Takes his time. They've already got a player running downfield. That was Ruas, who might be called into play here. That's a little bit dangerous, actually. Rule 1 will be happy with this position. Leave it off the backboard. Now the breakaway. Mostyn had to jump so early. If he gets that wrong, it's 2v1 with the goalkeeper. Thankfully for him, he did not get it wrong. Impeccable gameplay from both teams. And we have almost made it, but these teams might have something to say. And we do have overtime.
Well, very strong second half of the game there for Rule 1. KRÜ have made it into OT. And it's them who will have the first chance in this overtime. But Clears finds Ruas down the line. Ruas goes high with it. I don't know if he realized just how open that near post was.
He will be very disappointed, considering unchallenged chances have been few and far between. Drops. Needs a teammate to support here. They don't want to allow anything to be given up for free. Infield, has it worked? It's out of the post. Now they go to the far side. Kaliz moves on in. Bumps the player out of the way. Mostyn looks to the backboard. In comes Kaliz, had to break rotation just to prevent the breakaway. And now it's KRÜ that have been threatening the counter-attack and Rule 1 that have been all over the offense.
Yeah, KRÜ are still looking for those counters, but Boost is running dry pretty consistently here. Brad has been taken out of the game. Mostyn with the air double drops with a 0 boost. Goal line save. They are again hanging on, but for how long?
Brad wants to get rid of it. He's at least got the 100 boost. It's all on him now to get some breathing room for KRÜ. He's not only done that, but he almost got a second player. Definio passes to the side. Unfortunately, there's no teammate over there. KRÜ are just desperate to see anything else that isn't the blue side of the field. Kaliz, reset! The bends! 1-0 Rule 1!
What a goal by Clears. The first goal on the main stage of the Spring Major by the young debutant. Flip reset, top bins finish. KRÜ could only hold on for so long. Rule 1, after a brief blip about halfway through the game, got into the zone and absolutely dominated.
That was a truly magical way for us to start off this Spring Major. For Rule 1, that was so worrying for the opening 2.5 minutes. And
yeah,
as you mentioned, completely different game in the second half of that. For the last 2.5 minutes, for the 1 and a bit minutes of overtime that we got, Rule 1 looked like they were thoroughly in control.
Well, you know, we've got to also remember how Mostyn saved the team twice, or maybe more than twice. You know, twice clearly, back-to-back, when Clears and Ruas were looking a bit shaky. It was Mostyn who's got RLCS experience. He played at the World's Wildcard with KRÜ Esports last season, and they didn't have a good run. But any experience is so valuable, especially in the open era where there aren't that many experienced players.
I mean, we need to talk as well about that could have been worse for KRÜ. If Drops was not at the level he was at, 5 saves to his name, all of them impeccable, that could have been an ugly game for KRÜ. But the one thing we do know, South American teams, KRÜ especially, the only team with the bracket reset victory to their name, the bounce back is strong in that region.
Yeah, and a reverse sweep to their name as well at the Winter Major. This team does not give up. And they need to get their feet in this series early because it is Rule 1 that are building on this confidence. And they're already going to score early. It's wide open for Mostyn. 11 seconds into game 2. Rule 1, too quick. Clears beats his man. Ruas just makes sure to get that past Brad. He's not really concerned about getting it into the goal himself. He just puts it past the last defender. And Mostyn is there.
Just outpaced. The oldest strategy that in Rocket League. Just being the faster team.
Don't get dunked on.
I think that's very difficult to do when you're playing against Rule 1. How do you describe it whenever you challenge Clears? You just bounce.
Well, you know, it's why it's so impressive whenever a pro player can get a clean beat on another pro player. Because if you're marginally quicker, then you actually just get blocked. You get dunked on. The other player will arrive slightly later, get a second touch after your one, and block it. But if you're just that much faster that you get a clean beat, that's very impressive. And that's what Rule 1 are starting to do. Clears especially, just getting so many clean touches. Really putting the pressure on KRÜ.
Low challenge. And bye-bye, Definio is going to take a while to get back.
Yeah, KRÜ are realizing they've got to up the pace, but Rule 1 have got the adaptation. They can slow the game down as well. So there's no clear way back for KRÜ if Rule 1 keep up this level.
There's also the underlying story that we've got coming into this matchup.
Oh my goodness.
Only a year ago, it was Falcons, actually, as Kaliz tries to put another one on net. The Falcons that made it on the upper side to the London finals. They did not win that. They ended up second. And then from there, Mina kind of took a backseat to South America. We went to Worlds. It was Furia and the club that were the main standouts. As that's slightly wide. Kaliers has the pre-jump, and he does well enough for it.
Yeah, Kaliers in defense there, coming in clutch. It looked like he might have been under pressure from a KRÜ player off the ball. It didn't amount to anything for KRÜ. Big mind game by Rawast, and a solid 50-50 as well. Brings Kaliers into the game.
So sorry, buddy.
And another bump by Rawast. Well, he's just taken everyone out of the game, and he's hardly moved in order to do it.
I think you can see the exact moment that Drops realized this was not going to work for him. 2-0, 3-0 on the overall scoreline, and Rule 1 are putting a case together to go way up there on everyone's predictions for winning this tournament.
It's so frustrating looking at what KRÜ are having to go up against here. They're lunging, throwing themselves into challenges just to be shrugged off. And that's almost the third goal. Brilliant pre-jump save by Brad, but that's not where they need to be right now. They've got to find a way to even out this midfield, which is completely Rule 1 territory.
Well, KRÜ for the time being need to focus on that first goal. Austin over in the corner requires a little bit of help. Most offense that we've seen from KRÜ in quite some time, and that didn't really amount for too much. Drops, ceiling, has the reset, can't wrong foot Kaliers, who is now at the wall, and well, he will now be respawning very shortly. Off the backboard, Trafinho!
Yep.
There's the first!
Well, Rawast was awkward there at the near post, the only defender left, and you know, Rawast is a brilliant goalkeeper, but creeping forward into the near post area there, he was not able to cover the fantastic back pass that Brad was able to pull out. KRÜ on the board. It's taken them a game and a half to get it. Can they get any more with that momentum? It's a dead ball kickoff. Moston dives into it. He's actually got a second chance at this. Fakes it. Brad stops it dead. And then he is also turned into rubble. Still, seems like Rule 1 are quite comfortable here. They're getting very aggressive with the positioning. Almost a double tap by Kaliers. Follow-up shot blocked by Brad.
And they've now got the bite in from KRÜ Esports. Every single time Rule 1 go, KRÜ feel like they have to jump. They are committing players, so it's always a 1-for-1 for Rule 1. As Drops realizes that Rawast was getting chased for a little bit. Called in to get rid of the danger, ends up leaving it. And it's when Rule 1 get a bit of time on the ball. KRÜ Esports are really struggling. Now we're getting more demos as well. Have they got the infield? They're going to go for it. Bump! Demo! Post! That should have been a goal.
Yeah, I think that was just open if it was top corner. Rawast missed the target after Kaliers left it perfectly open for him. Now it's KRÜ the other way. Free shot on net, and it's saved by Kaliers.
Not only has he saved it, but he's popped it into the corner, giving his team some space to work with. Worst thing that can happen here is leaving it in an open spot for KRÜ Esports, who are still in a good spot.
Yeah, this is fantastic for KRÜ. Not had many opportunities to get close and personal. This is the exact location they scored their first goal from.
No way!
Oh, the pass! Trafinho drops it to Drops, and KRÜ tie the game.
That is incredible! Drop it down, and the namesake will turn it in. 2 each. KRÜ Esports have woken up.
Now Rule 1 will be wishing they took those clear chances they had earlier on. Kaliers actually cheating to the mid boost there. It does not work in their favor. Rawast misses, and it's surely in. It is. Trafinho snipes the bottom corner.
Rule 1, you needed to speak to G1. They'll tell you, do not slip against KRÜ. They will be there. They will punish, and they will take the lead in this game.
Now we get to learn how do Rule 1 deal with adversity. Game 1 was a tense affair, which they came out on top in. But now they've conceded 3 goals in this game in a row, and they'll feel like they could have done better with every single one of them. They've missed chances. They've just double committed again. Rawast somehow gets a free play on the ball after all that. They're running out of time though. There's 45 seconds left against a solid KRÜ defense.
The swings of momentum in this series have not exactly been subtle, have they? Opening game, first half of it looked really good as that's on target, but you've also got 3 KRÜ cars all waiting for it. Here comes Drops, trying to put this game out of reach. And missing the ball was not an option for Rawast, but you can see everyone's holding back, and actually that might be a bad decision here. Kaliers gets the challenge, in goes Mostin. They've got 2 players jumping. Who's around to finish it? Trafinho couldn't do enough. KRÜ Esports got too defensive.
And I've got to say, I love that from Rule 1. Look how aggressively positioned they are. They know they're down. They don't have a lot of time left, and they do send it. They're not a fully defensive team like we sometimes think they are, because we compare them to the other teams in MENA. Yes, they're defensive or MENA team, but compared to the rest of the world, this team know how to turn it on. Can they get another goal? It's a free shot. Oh, it's off the crossbar again. Mostyn with an opportunity.
Well, if we get a petition in to open up that goal by an extra few inches either side, it'll be Rule 1 that'll be heading it up. Khalid to get the 0-second. No, we have our second overtime.
See Drafinho wiping the sweat off his hands there in the bottom left corner of the screen. This has been a nerve-wracking affair. The opening match, both teams thrown into the deep end at the Spring Major. Mostyn with a key block there. Not actually a lot of boost for Drafinho there. Brad as well, 0, but still nearly finds Drops in the middle with a masterful 50-50. There is Drops. Brad's got 100 boost, but again, it's KRÜ who are just sprinting around the field looking for opportunities. Well defended there by Rawas, but KRÜ keeping the pressure on, boxing Rule 1 into their defensive corner, where they've actually not been comfortable this game.
It's been very rare as well that we've seen any defensive mistakes, and there are many overcommits on the offense either when teams have got themselves into a good spot. It's been both difficult to break out and also difficult to give one up for free. Drops! Oh, no way! Oh, that's incredible!
Drops off the sidewall, moves the backboard forward a couple of meters. Rule 1 did not expect him to be there. What a touch.
That's incredible. What?
That is a brilliant assist. I mean, that could easily be the best assist we see all day. And there's been some brilliant assists by KRÜ earlier in this game as well. Rule 1, from 2 goals up, lose game 2. You know, they're still in a great position for their first ever LAN match on the stage, but that cannot feel too good. They were really in trouble, conceding 4 goals to KRÜ, who were very quiet up until the first goal went in, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I was worried for a little bit. When we saw the 3 goals that had gone to Rule 1, nothing had been going over to KRÜ. You get to that point, you're thinking, oh, dearie me, this is starting to look a little bit ugly. And then another beautiful match. I mean, that feels like so long ago that this goal went in. Banger after banger after banger.
It's a lack of saves. That's really the difference between Rule 1 today and what we're used to seeing from them. Usually, when whenever they're playing, there's saves from Rawas, you know, saves from Mostyn. There are only 2 saves from clears in that game. Not really a lot of defensive play there for Rule 1 to write home about. I think they do look a little bit hesitant in defense against KRÜ, giving KRÜ a lot of or giving them touches very close to Rule 1's goal, uncontested. I think maybe they need to get those challenges in a bit earlier, give the goalkeepers more time to react.
It's just that split-second decision-making. Oh, wow. Well, Khalid is going to start us off with an early goal. And KRÜ Esports will be wondering how this fell apart so quickly.
And Drafinho thought he was playing that ball safely to the back corner, but Khalir's just called Drops' bluff. Drops did not flip into that, did not jump. Khalir's just hits it right off the top of his car and into the back of the net. Bit careless there by Drops, but you know, he thought that Drafinho's touch was already safe. Didn't realize Khalir's was already in position to get the shot off.
Well, Rule 1 did start the last game incredibly well. Did not lead to an eventual victory. So this is oppositions that they should be starting up well from. Back into the middle. Brad gets away from the pre-jumping Rawas. Now he might have the follow-up actually called off. Well, it seems like a little bit of a breakdown in communication, and now they might punish for it. Left for Rawas. Great save by Drafinho.
Yeah, it looks like Rawas was looking to catch Drafinho pre-jumping higher than that. Low shot towards the bottom corner. Rawas' accuracy definitely off slightly in this game and the last. Yeah, KRÜ, perhaps a miscommunication, like you said. I would expect it to just be a miss, though, because it didn't look like the second man was ready for the ball to come to him at all. Usually, if a fake is called, the next player up is ready. That's a great bump, but Brad all over it. Rawas quickly in to take the ball away from them. Drafinho going to try and play this safely back, but they've actually dunked on each other.
That's one of our pinches right there, Johnny.
Yeah, that's why I'd just rather not dribble the ball in front of my own net. It always goes wrong. Clears with a lot of space. He gets 50-50. A lot of time here in the back corner for Drafinho. He's going to use that time to bring the ball down. Challenge a team so known for their 50s to that exact mechanic. It's again Brad very confidently taking the ball in front off his own goal. Brad's actually upfield still. That's going to be an awkward save.
Good.
It's not going to be possible. Rawas chased onto the back wall by Brad. And the shot actually goes through.
I think he
Great
made
hit by
contact.
Trevino.
I believe he... No, okay, he did just chase him far enough away. Well, that's the reason why you have trust those at the back. And just cause havoc, especially when Rule 1 have done such a great job for its entire time not allowing that transition play to happen. You might as well force it, aim for the third man, and that is the way of breaking the rotation.
Yeah, especially a player like Roas, who's so known for his shadow defense. You need to put some pressure on him in some way. Luckily for KRÜ, there's already a lot of pressure on the young man just by virtue of where they are. So he's definitely under pressure today. It's looked like a bit of a shaky performance from Rule 1, but still in a complete deadlock right now. Tied in the series 1-1, tied in game 3 1-1 as well.
I think you brought up the pressure as well, because that is the pressure that has been on every single MENA team. Whenever we first sent them back in Stockholm, there was the hype behind them, and then we send one team each time, and you're the team that carries the hype of MENA.
Yeah.
And you have to step up to the plate. It has been Falcons up to now. Now it's Rule 1 taking the mantle as drops over the top, and Mawson had to be prepared.
Yeah, it's why it's a difficult comparison to make. MENA only allowed one team right now at the majors, so if that one team doesn't perform, and you know, one of South America's, one of OCE teams perform, and you know, OCE will overall look like the better region. SAM will overall look like the better region. But when you look at the averages, actually, MENA have been extremely consistent compared to South America and OCE's number 2 teams, or second best performing teams at events.
So I have some breaking news for you here, Johnny. We're standing over here, but you might want to sit down. Ground 0, 2.
Yeah.
Jacob, I believe, 0.
What?
And I need...
Oh my.
Can producer just say one more time that's absolutely what's happening? As this one goes on target, I need absolute confirmation that that's real.
Our producer just told Shogun, yes, it's real, and Shogun
no
said,
way.
I don't believe you. Ground 0 to
I'm trying to get Stumpy's attention right now and be like, yo, can you... Cole's giving me the thumbs up, that's real.
Now that is a shocker. Rule 1 have just put themselves in front of the A stream. Ground 0 trying to close out KRÜ on the B stream. Absolutely amazing scenes at the Spring Major already. OCE showing up would turn this into a wide open fight. Clears, makes it 3-1 for Rule 1. Looks like as game 3 settled in to a bit of an even position, it's KRÜ who have been a bit careless in defense. Again, they're dispossessed at point blank range. Rule 1 there to score.
Yeah, it was the same as the first goal, it's the same as the third goal. Just being read every single time. They're being a little bit careless. Not controlling the ball. Now we go off the side. Trevino unchallenged! That's in! And we still have a game on our hands.
Trevino up so quickly. There's so much pressure on the Rule 1 defense. Notice as well, drops with a very fast assist into the corner wall. Intelligent way to center the ball quickly, and Trevino had a very natural angle to go up for that. Slots it past 2 defenders. A long time left in the game. Rule 1 were not able to hold on to their 2-goal lead last game. Already, their 2-goal lead in this game has been sliced back to 1.
We've got 100% overtime rate so far in the A stream. Can KRÜ find that one goal in just over a minute to send us to another overtime? Go for the backboard. Trevino, is that a better clear? Yes, much better this time by KRÜ. Rad off the wall, well read. Roas, can he drop onto it? No, not quite. Trevino quick enough. Drops now. Where's his options? Who can he go for? Realize there's no one around him. Almost managed to slice it 90 degrees the other way.
It almost looks like he's just got a button on his controller that resets and flicks the ball. He's playing a different game from us mere mortals. Now, final 35 seconds. Roas unable to get behind the ball, but luckily for him, Mawson there to clean up the pieces. Drops, deflects it back to Clears, but now 25 seconds remaining. Rule 1 still in a good position. Roas back with 100 boost, comfortable save for him. Can KRÜ come back? Final 20 now. Mawson's been the consistent player for Rule 1. Offloads to Clears, flip reset, on target, but dealt well with by Brad.
But the way Rule 1 did that is they did not go too quickly. They've burnt more time off the clock. Here comes Drops, off the wall, doesn't get the challenge he was after. Who's next? Trevino infield, well read by Clears. And now you've got to go coast to coast if you're KRÜ. And you want to send this to overtime. Drops, you're going to have to try and keep it alive.
Oh, and in an attempt to pinch it middle, it just goes straight into the ground. It's Rule 1, up 2-1. KRÜ, known for their comebacks. They need one right now.
I'm still getting over what I'm hearing elsewhere.
Well,
as well.
In game 3, Karmine Corp are leading 3-0, so it looks like we might have a long series over there, but Ground Zero 2 games up against Karmine Corp.
I mean,
everything could happen on day 1. Remember, it's a Spring Major last year. BDS came in as the EU 1 seed, and they lost 0-3 to OCE, 0-3 to South America. So this could be Karmine Corp's worst nightmare. They are the BDS of this season.
And it's not one of those things that for... Sorry, I know we're going off topic a little bit, but for K-Corp, it's not really outside of their wheelhouse. We saw so many times during the other formats, the Swiss, the groups, they would have rough first matches, and we'd see them get away with it because of the format. But in this format, as KRÜ and Rule 1 will tell you, they are desperate to not go down to that lower bracket because we've had legendary lower bracket runs, but you would prefer not to add your name to that list.
Yeah, you cannot look past anyone in this format. You've only got 2 chances. Double elimination is a brutal format. If you underestimate your opponent, you're in the lower bracket. Rule 1 and KRÜ have not underestimated each other. They're playing this one close. Rule 1 in their very first international LAN appearance in RLCS. KRÜ in their 2nd in a row, but still pretty new team to this stage as well.
Clears just makes somebody jump. Realized he had the threat of the reset. Realized that it had to be respected. I see Brad waiting around. He almost managed to catch Roas. Just keep an eye off the ball now. KRÜ Esports seem to be more and more happy to send people loitering around, steal the 100 boost, get a bump on the 3rd man. Can it be effective, or are they just going to leave one less player back against the onslaught that Rule 1 can put forward?
It's been, as we expected, Kalir's leading most of the attacks, but I'm still so impressed by Mostin's consistency today. Oh, that was very close to Drops connecting with an absolute laser of a center ball. It just gets past him, and now Roas doing Roas things, just trying to 50-50 as many players in a row as possible. Very underrated way of outplaying an opponent. Such an efficient outplay, the 50-50.
Oh, that's going to be awkward. Drafinio's getting in the way of everybody. Unfortunately, didn't have enough cars to cover 2 people. That's a little bit awkward as well. Drops didn't make contact. Now it's Rule 1's opportunity to move forwards. Good double off the side. Also had Drops to aim for. This is working out nicely for KRÜ. Leaving that option around. Gives something for Rule 1 to worry about. Kalir's controls, gets to the corner, but he's getting swarmed by everybody.
And in those cases, you know, chain bumping is almost, I think it is just better than a demo. It's just consistently annoying. Kalir's got back into position. It's Rule 1. An extended period of defense for them. This did not work out too well for them in game 2. This game, they have survived. Still a scoreless game 4. Rule 1 with the infield pass. Roas attacks it quickly, but they've been shut down every time almost. Kalir's would wish he had 12 boost in that play, but he had none. The attack goes the other way.
Yeah, it was plenty of time to work with, but none of the boost. Now we go to the opposite side. Infield again!
Whoa.
And just far too many bodies. Drops, trying to look for somebody, and in fact, it's Kalir's that helped him. Instead, they've got the passing play going, the triangle, every single player up and around and ready to make themselves useful.
Well, that was nearly a brilliant play by Rule 1. A fake was called, but a moment too late. The 2nd player had decided to go back down to the ground. Love the fake by the 1st man, though.
Wait a minute!
They're Kalir's. Another goal line save by KRÜ.
Ridiculous.
They can not keep getting away with this. Brad with a redirect into the crossbar the other side. Drafinio with a shot to the post. Another shot to the post, and no one's there.
Wow, okay. Well, we're still 0-0. Unlike game 1, I have no idea how. That was a sitter. 2 minutes left. Mostin controlled in the corner. Instead, KRÜ Esports realizing when they are beat, realize they've got to get back, and now realize that there is so much trouble!
And that's the frustrating goal to concede. Drafinio leaves the ball for Drops, but Roas got to it more quickly. Brad expecting a double tap. There is no such thing. It's just a pass to Mostin.
That's when you know you're respected. You're just there, and they think you've got it. Kalir's looking to try and put this game out of reach. There's just 100 seconds left on the clock. KRÜ Esports have had to chase so many times off the backboard. Mostin's got that every single day. There is not a human being more comfortable on that backboard.
That back corner control for Rule 1 starting to come into their own.
Got Demo.
Demo lands back in defense, though. Do they have a shot on net? This time they do! Jorfinho puts it in off the bar.
And he just has to ignore the goalkeeper. Realized he was going to get chased. Ruas gave it a go. Killers was already up, and none of it mattered.
I mean, the timing of arrival here by Jorfinho was so key. He had no boost left, but he was able to maintain his momentum right up until the shot landed. Ruas looked to challenge him, couldn't get it. Looks like Ruas there slowed down the cheating player just enough for Mostin to get back into defense.
I was curious as to why it was the first time shot, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ruas, I think, played for the demo, so KRÜ had to avoid that.
To the side, Mostin takes the ball low and got a lot of power on it. There goes Brad. The constant annoyance, the nuisance on the opposite side of the field. That's a little bit off the crossbar. Now it drops, bumps it backboard. Ruas has to get there in time. And KRÜ Esports decided to go safety first, holding the third man back.
You know, Real One, usually in these positions, they're a very comfortable team, but they do not look comfortable in defense right now. And Mostin makes the goal line save to keep it 1-1. Real One absolutely being tested to the limits.
Well, it's either series done or Champions Field. Next goal could tell it. Off the ceiling, Mostin did get bumped a little bit. Killers, top corner again! He can't find anywhere else!
And the frustration once again from KRÜ drops clear, goes absolutely nowhere. Brad expected a shot towards the other goal, the other top corner of the goal, and it goes right over his head. Clear snipes it, 25 seconds remaining. KRÜ need possession.
And KRÜ Esports will know that's been the mistake. Oh, really of all ways! Brad off the kickoff, and I hand you over to our kickoff expert.
Oh, you don't need to be an expert to see where that one went wrong. Ruas cheated a bit slowly, but Clears was not covering the immediate shot. It just goes straight down the middle and straight into the net. Rule 1, play a risky strategy. And when you take risks on a 1-goal lead, you might just concede.
Oh, what a demo as well. Ruas was ready to go off the wall, but now it's on target, and Jorfinho had to be equal to it. Drops did not creep forwards. Perfect spot to guide it away. Have we got our third overtime? Ruas doesn't like that idea. Goes for it. And what a good bit of content by Brad as you saw Kaliers flying past. Kaliers pops the ball. Must have got that at the very last possible moment. Drops isn't going to chase.
Yeah, he just wants overtime. I don't blame him in that position.
Well, here we go. Champions Field, or Rule 1 will move on. Good back pass, Jorfinho skims over the top. That's as good as you can hit that clear. And Kaliers is ready for it. He's now causing havoc. Drops on the backboard. He's going to have to be ready. Doesn't get contact. Kaliers is picking out everybody, and that was almost perfect.
It looks like Ruas was ready for the very, very fast direct center. Clears actually played it back. Now they've got to be careful not to overextend here. KRÜ hit them on the counter-attack earlier on this game. Hit them on the counter-attack in DFH Stadium as well. Ruas offload to Mostin. Triple commit, but they've got the ball away from danger.
Whatever it takes. Triple commit, triple the bodies. But it has been all Rule 1 in this overtime so far. Ruas, again, just forces the jump. It's awkward for everybody over in this corner. There's very fine margins to play with, but now you've got the setup. And Rule 1 did not like the idea of that play. They might like this one. No! Off the post, and it's gone wide.
Oh, what a fake by Rule 1, but they've been denied by the upright. And now KRÜ have a chance going the other way. It's gone all the way to Ruas, though. No redirect, no bump on the play. KRÜ survive for now. The comeback kings looking to build another one.
I'll tell you what, if I see Brad waiting on the opposite side of the field to bump a goalkeeper, he will be the bravest human being in this entire building. It is all defense. That's not a good touch. Is it the same as last time? What? Jorfinho! What a save!
Oh, but Ruas must have thought anything's a goal here. Any shot has to be in, but Jorfinho recovered and covered the net.
Might have been anything, but you're not playing against anyone. Jorfinho was incredible. Kaliers waits for his chance. Does back down, waits for the play. Infield again. KRÜ Esports are barely holding on. 2 minutes of overtime, 2 minutes spent in the blue side of the field.
Swarming pressure by Rule 1. The finishing has not been clinical though, and that gives KRÜ a lifeline. Over 2 minutes into OT. Now KRÜ have got half a chance at net. Clears there dribbling in defense. He does get behind the ball, so does Ruas, but it stays active. Brad's looking for the drop down pass. It's gone to Rule 1.
There's no boost. There's nothing anywhere. Drops finally has 100. Is that the only chance they had?
They've been the quicker of the two teams in this game. Now Mostin off target though. Kalir's such a consistent player with the setups in this game. He has delivered so many goal-scoring opportunities to his team. He's the player who puts in their second goal as well. KRÜ are struggling to handle him. Somehow they're still in this game.
And when was the last time you saw KRÜ get to control the ball? It's probably the best that they've done so far, that from drops. The rest of it has just been a hit and hope that you get some breathing room. Yet again, Brad already up, loses the challenge. Drops, it's starting to run low. Drafinio and Brad are all up on 100, so they're good for now. Bops back out. Roas, backboard for Mostin, an awkward bounce and he couldn't read it.
He did not want that to bounce downwards. The entire KRÜ lineup were in net. He wanted that to go backboard, and now KRÜ the other way, well defended by Roas. It's just not coming together for Rule 1. So many clear chances, but it's either the pass being slightly inaccurate or the finish being slightly inaccurate that's prevented them putting it together.
Fine margins. Nobody on that side. KRÜ with a chance to put something together, but again, the challenge goes to Roas.
Yeah,
He's been stout on that midfield.
Yeah, boost steal for Roas as well there. Kalir's wanted the bump. Drafinio dodges him on the back wall. They do have bodies back here. Rule 1 will not completely commit. Great boost control by KRÜ. How's the center ball this time? Roas gets the second touch on him. Not sure he planned that. He wanted to boom that middle by the looks of things. It's still Rule 1. Looking to make a play here. But they're not overextending here. They are keeping their cool. Has to get frustrating at some point though. They know that they have had the chances to put this entire series away. If they lose this game, it's going to be a very, very frustrating loss for them.
And there's no timeouts. Just remember that in best of 5, so it only comes in the best of 7. So if they do lose this, all that tilt has to be put aside within a minute.
Oh, what touch.
Go from the side, drops. Oh, he's got nobody to aim for. And actually, Drafinio might be in a rough spot here. Needs the bodies to come back. Thankfully for him, the ball was rolling up the wall quite nicely, but oh, actually a mistouch there from Roas. That's a first. And has he now put his team in a position that they can't recover from?
Well, he covered for his own mistake there, Roas. Playing that one like an attacker with inaccurate shots. No, Kalir's trent forward. KRÜ spotted an opening behind the entire Rule 1 defense there, but a half flip by Kalir's got it back away from them. Brad with a shot now. Mostin puts it back corner, straight back across the box, but third man can't commit there. That's too dangerous. Kalir's with a free dribble the other way. Roas up quickly for it. Brad has to read this. He does not read it, and that's the game. That's the series. It took a while, but Rule 1 get the job done.
Took an extra game on top, but Rule 1 have got the job finished. They move on in the upper bracket, and for KRÜ Esports, the long trek now awaits them. That road to the grand final is as far away as it gets.